Hello, everybody. What is up? Today, I may have to reveal my some very strange experience. Some something very, I don't know how to put this, as whether it's spiritual or religious. I don't know, but one thing for sure is I experienced these things 10 years ago when I started this business. And then actually that experience, that thing was the somehow my main motivation to live completely different phase of my life, completely new area with new business. That thing what I'm currently doing, that thing what I have been doing for last 10 years. And briefly explaining my family background. I was from very religious family, very serious Christian family. And especially my mom was like really faithful. The best way, the nicest way I put is faithful. If I put it more straightforward, let's say fanatic. And then in my family, I was the first person to become Christian from the moment of I was born. I was born as a Christian from my mother's womb, and then my mother's upbringing as a Christian. It was really, let me say, insane. I mean, I was brought up in a way of the most fundamental Christian family upbringing, and then I really tried really hard to follow the upbringing, Christian family. But when I became older and been through all the age of turmoil and rage, right? I became very rebellious about the family tradition, and then I couldn't take it anymore, and then finally I snapped. Even after I became adult, and the thing is, I just resist and I became rebellious. I actually did everything I can do to just stay away from the religious upbringing. I was too hurt from that insane religious tradition. What really happened was at the age of 50, I just completely abandoned my faith almost officially, you know. And I can say myself, I'm not religious anymore at all. And anyway, but sometimes I don't know how I put that thing I experienced when I started this business. I still think without that thing happen, I couldn't manage to open this business. At the time, I was completely broke due to my previous business failure in China. Before I came back to Korea, I just took some job in a company in China, which temporarily, like, 1 year, little bit, 1 year more. And then at that time, very mysteriously and in a way, very miraculously met somebody. And then whole thing happened is completely out of us. Almost no us to happen that way. And then thanks to the encountering that occasion, that event, I could resource things I need to re-establish business in Korea again. And that thing, still looking back, it was completely out of us, almost impossible to happen. But the small art, and within the small art, if you multiply all the arts happen to materialize that event, almost zero chance, like lottery, like in a lottery. I mean, that time that was my feeling, and that time somehow I felt it must be some kind of spiritual events, not only 100% materialistic way, but some spiritual way. And then some kind of my own religious belief also involved, but not in a very conventional way. Something more universal and something more like, broad. That concept of idea about religion and spirituality things. And then it happened. That time I also wonder it was kind of religious experience or some spiritual experience. I have been wondering still now about the matter, and still, let me say, in a way confused, in a way really wonder. It's very puzzling things. I cannot say everything about my business has been the help of some spiritual or religious things, but I can say at least the beginning of my new business in Korea, after complete failure of my previous business in China, I'm still wondering when it comes to that matter. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one.